Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room rundown shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food nor rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed, and Mama spent every last penny she had to buy me a dancing dress. Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and then she painted my eyes and lips. And then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a slit on the side, clean up to my hip. It was red velvet trim and then it fit me good. Standing back from the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, "Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down." Mama dabbed a little bit of perfume on my neck, then she kissed my cheek. And then I saw the tears welling up in her troubled eyes as she started to speak. She looked at her pitiful shack, and then she looked at me and took a ragged breath. She said, "Your paw's runned off. I'm real sick and the baby's gonna starve to death." She handed me a heart-shaped locket and said, "To thine own self be true." And then I shivered as I watched a roach crawl across to my high-heel shoe. It sounded like somebody else was talking, asking, "Mama, what do I do?" She said, "Just be nice to the gentleman, fancy. They'll be nice to you." She said, "Here's your one chance, fancy. Don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance. Don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do. But if you want out, well, it's up to you. Well, don't let me down, hun. Your mama's gonna move you uptown." That was the last time I saw my mama. She left that rickety shack. The welfare people came and took the baby. Mama died and I ain't been back. But the wheels of fate had started to turn, and for me there was no way out. It wasn't long after I knew exactly what my mama been talking about. I knew what I had to do, and I made myself this solemn vow. I was gonna be a lady someday, I didn't know when or how. But I couldn't see spending the rest of my life head hung down in shame. You know, I might have been born just plain white trash, but fancy wasn't my name. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance, don't let me down, baby. Woo! Feeling good tonight? Wasn't long after a benevolent man took me in off the streets. 1 week later I was born as teen in a 5-room hotel suite.
Yes, you were.
I charmed a king, a congressman, an occasional aristocrat. Then I got me a Georgia mansion and an elegant New York townhouse flat. And I ain't done bad, baby, let me tell ya. Now in this world there's a lot of self-righteous hypocrites that call me bad and criticize mama for turning me out, no matter how little we had. But no, I ain't had to worry about nothing. Now on 15 years, I can still hear the desperation of a poor mama's voice ringing in my ears. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Come on, babies, let's clap. Here's your one chance, fancy. I know you're fancy, baby. Lord, forgive me for what I do. But if you want out, well, it's up to you. Don't let me down. Your mama's gonna move you uptown. And I guess she did. How we do tonight, Chicago? Wow! Do we have any boys out here that need a date for the night? Oh, you can't afford me? I didn't think so.